YouTube, on your social media pages, and then this one for our CAC channel on Moplex Cable TV. As usual, I will serve you the breakfast show hot on this station. Okay, we have a lot of stories for you this morning, but before we go further, I am not alone in the studio. My name is Toke Bravo, and I am glad to be on the show this morning. With me, I have my colleague, one and only Peaceful Peace Magege.
Just one and only peaceful peace. Good morning, Nigerians. It's a lovely day again to be here on the Breakfast Show to discuss all things Nigeria. Yes, at the end of the day, we want a country that works for the average Nigerian from top to bottom, like our former president gracefully put it.
Yeah, the thing is that on every table, on every show, we have always endeavored to balance our conversation. Even though some people will think that, why argument? Some people, truthfully, we are in a state where we want our government to do better. It is only an enemy of Nigeria that would say the people are not hungry, that would say the people are not actually lamenting. But the truth is that in every conversation, it always must have two sides. And I believe that we're going to do that again this morning on the show because we have to talk about Nigeria and we have to set things right. It is compulsory for us to set things right. I welcome you once again to the show. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we have a lot of stories that made it to the front pages of the national dailies this morning, and we're going to talk about most of the stories. Stay with us, don't go anywhere.
To the CA Channel's Breakfast Show right here with Toke Bravo and myself, Peace Magege. We look at the stories that got lucky enough to make it on the national dailies. We start with the Daily Trust, the newspaper you can trust. Daily Trust Board of Economists ask governors to tackle insecurity. The states at which insecurity, it's becoming alarming.
Very, very.
It's becoming alarming.
Very
It didn't just start today, but a lot of Nigerians are always asking the government year in, year out, budget in, budget out. A lot of allocations go into security. A lot of money goes into security, and the hub of these security challenges, the northeast,
not improving.
the northwest, the north central, and even governments have come in, and government in, government out. They have placed security in the hands of. Check out most of our chiefs of defense staff. Most of the most of our security chiefs, they are from the north.
Exactly.
So you have people that are from these places that they should understand, this is my region, this is my state, this is my place, this is my area. Such things should not be happening. How have you looked at that so far?
We have talked about this severally, and I will still maintain my stand that if we can have the likes of the ex head of state Babangida, ex head of state Babangida, we have the like of the ex-president and also an ex-military ruler Obasanjo. Okay, Obasanjo is in the west. We have the likes of Abu Salam the peaceful man, like we usually call him. We have all these military leaders in that region, and they have not deemed it fit to come together, because I feel like if truly these issues is actually affecting their own people, they are supposed to come together. This has gone beyond what the government alone can do. We have seen government pump money into security issues. We have seen armies being redeployed on a daily, monthly basis to that region, so as to curb the menace of these bandits and all other vices, social vices that is ongoing there. But what have those in that region done? It's just like I was once in a talk with someone who lives in Kano. Did you know what that person told me? He said the stories are overhyped. That is not like it's very serious. That's the way we used to shout, that is not like that in that area. But I told her immediately that my elder brother was once a victim in 2015 precisely, or 2014, when Boko Haram attacked somewhere in Maduguri. He couldn't sleep. We were hearing sounds of bomb. He called the whole members of the family. The all of us were up in that midnight. We were praying until he was rescued. He has a church around that area. They rescued them and took them to the barracks. You understand? For you now living in Kano and you are telling me that something is not really, really tough. Like they said, no, that is overhyped. That truthfully, there was a time when Boko Haram was really hot, but all these bandits and all that, we are seeing that. But they even know some of them, they even talk like friend and all. So if it's like this, is it that the news we get and those things that we see, those that have to return to the IDP camps because of the aftermath of this attack on their villages, can you call that a joke? What are those elders, those elder statesmen in this region, what are they doing to complement the effort of the government?
You see, when you have a situation where the citizens, the people staying there themselves, don't see, like you said, don't see this like anything, because we've had so many cases where like some of the girls, some of the Chibok girls that were rescued, that came back pregnant, the ones that came back with children, at the end of the day they said, oh, we want to go back to our husbands that are part of the Boko Haram. We've heard of cases where the villagers are the ones that give information
to these
bandits that the military, they are going to be passing this area at so time for you to attack. We've heard of cases of the military coming out to say that these bandits, these killers, they have wives, they have children, they have relatives in these villages. So
why are they not pointing them out?
It's quite sad that we have people that have gotten so used
to the life of attacks, killing, miming, and all. So what can we say?
So when it happens to them, another set of people will say, oh, it is their turn, let them just bear it.
Imagine.
And then another set will say, oh.
And Nigerians will keep blaming the government, that the government is not doing enough. God help us.
Plateau bans churches, mosque from blocking roads. Would you call this a good news?
It's a good news. I for one, I'm a Christian, of course. I don't like noise. I am praying that every churches would learn to get a soundproof gadgets that can keep the noise of their church inside their church. Nobody cares about your noise out there. You trying to pollute the air, the environment with noise is not hygienic, it's not healthy,
it's not sound.
Have you been on the road and something moves out from a church microphone and you're so shocked that could lead to instant death for people who suffer high blood pressure and the rest of it. So I think this is a welcome idea.
Alright, Tinubu orders sanction of workers taking salaries after relocating abroad. I want us to put a pause on that. We'll look at that later on. Headers reject Senate's bill on ranching. Coming from McBain, it says it's ill-conceived livestock ministry best solution. Do you see, Mayeti Allah, the head of this McBain, the head of the commission, is saying that the best solution to this farmers herders clash and having cows on the road. You have a residential area, roads where citizens are meant to be driving through. We've seen it countless times. Cows will just block road. You see people, human beings living amongst animals. The Senate is saying that there should be a bill for ranching. In fact, I want us to look at that story, in completion. Let's look at it from the very beginning, because this one is I'm very concerned about it. There's been a point where I've almost been in an accident because cows were on the road and the driver was not careful enough. Thank God driver was fast enough to control, but it was crazy. Pastoralists in Nigeria have rejected the National Ranches Commission Establishment Bill 2024, which has scaled a second reading at the Senate, saying it is a recipe for chaos because it will not address the protracted farmer-herder clashes in the country. The bill, sponsored by Senator Titus Zam, APC Benue Northwest, is aimed at establishing ranches for herders in their states of origin. It also proposed a 5-year jail term and 50,000 naira fine for defaulters when it eventually gets presidential assent and becomes an act of parliament. For this, personally, do you think Mr. President should assent this into law?
I don't think so. Formerly, people actually take their cows everywhere. That was when everyone was living in peace. There was no elders. I mean, farmer elders clash. We don't see Boko Haram that will disguise as elders to attack villagers. You understand? We were cohabit in harmony. You can just go with your cow, nobody cares. Some people will even volunteer to give them water. You understand? There was no issue in that, but now it has to be properly dealt with. If you have a cow, if you have an herd of cows, please keep them where you want to keep them. You don't have to go from places to places. It shouldn't even be an issue.
For me, it is quite sad, because you will see a farmer spend months on end cultivating, planting, taking care of their proceeds, taking care of the farmland, taking care of everything. Now the things have grown, you have crops growing, and then just overnight somebody will just enter with his cow into your farmland and eat all your crops, you don't even have destroy everything, and if you complain, they'll kill you.
Exactly.
We've heard of cases like that. Let's call a spade a spade. It is quite sad.
Of course.
This bill for me should be assented by the president.
And here we are complaining about the increase in food and other things. When you spoil people's farm produce, they would always want to make their money. These are the reasons why things are very costly in the market. Some parts of the northern part, where they actually are involved in agriculture, cannot even farm because of the insecurity issues that they have. And at the end of the day, there is cows going to spoil some other farm produce in some other places where they don't have insecurity. Where they don't have banditry and others. No matter what you do, these farmers will look for a way to get their money first.
I really
and the brunt is coming back on the citizens.
This particular bill aims to set up ranches in each state of the federation. Set up ranches in each state of the federation, and also for the herders, they should go back to their state of origin and take care of their cows and everything there. I feel it will help Nigeria a whole lot, and it will really help this farmer-herder clash situation. When you have a community where you know that this is where cows belong, let them stay there, and this is where farmers belong, let them stay there. If you need to get crops for your cows, you need to get crops for your rams, you need to get crops for your sheep, plant it.
Okay, let's
plant it in the ranches.
To an extent, I think I want to partly agree with this. That each state, but it has its disadvantages too. One of the disadvantages is that people who have cows in this state where there is no more land, when you are giving the state a responsibility to start looking for space, like Lagos, if they want to start building ranches and all, they will have to go back to places where they have designated to be a farm use. You understand? How many space like that do we have in Lagos? That's one. How many elders will agree to coexist, or is it to bring their cows together, or is it that they are going to build each ranch in each local government? I'm just trying to.
When ranches okay, have it's a wide space. Cows are not like Nigerians that speak different languages.
Of course.
You understand?
Okay.
They are all animals and they speak one
and
language.
they can actually stay on the ranch.
And they can stay in
But how do you identify your own cow apart from?
You have people staying in compounds that know how to separate their chicken from their neighbor's chicken. We have all of that. That's not no. Identification is not a problem. Identification is not a problem.
Okay.
People mark their cows.
Okay, like after building the ranch, they could maybe put demarcation for people to buy space in the ranch.
When you go to the market, let's take a market for example. You go to the market, you see this line of provision sellers selling almost the same thing. How do they identify?
By their tables.
This is my
table. This is my.
See. I feel.
But do you think there will be peace with this bill?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because let me where I'm saying there will be peace is because it would stop a whole lot of havoc. You have there some time ago, in just this at Opik bus stop, at that Opik market there are people that come out and shade their vegetables outside, and all that. You will see cows, people walking around with these herders walking with their cows. You can't control the cows.
Of course.
When the cows see vegetable, then all they see is food.
Yes.
What they can do is go there and
eat.
Now a woman that woke up around 5 a.m. in the morning to go to mile 12. To go to Oyingbo, to go to different markets to buy these vegetables and then transport it down to Opik to sell. And now she has shaded her market to sell, and then cows will just come before the person controlling the cows.
Would you say go away from there?
The cows have already eaten like 5,000 naira worth. And probably that's how would you tell that one to pay?
No, you tell the other to pay.
How would he pay?
He was there. Why, if he had controlled this cows
there's
properly?
nothing you can do. Let's be honest. You go and hold the elder by his waist and tell him to pay.
No. Formerly, you would have. Someone would have done that. See, you incur some debt. Your cow. But now you'll be scared because you know that person can just become anything.
So all you can do is do shoo, and the cows don't hear shoo. No, and I feel this really helped Nigeria.
But if this bill has passed the second reading, I know that our senators are not stupid.
I don't want Nigerians should not be conditioned to living like animals.
Never.
We are humans.
Never.
We
cannot be equated to cows.
Whenever I'm passing through the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, especially at that Kara area, there's a ranch there. And I'm always wondering, all these rams by the road, what's happening to this ranch? Aren't they supposed to be inside? Humans, we shouldn't be. Who wants to buy a ram? You know that this is a ranch.
You can go inside.
You drive in, you park, you walk in, and then you buy. Not by the roadside, because these rams, they don't know. It's all like humans that when you are pressed, you'll be looking for a public toilet to use, or look for some,
They do theirs anywhere.
It's on the road, and this is the same road that people pass. These are one of the issues.
There are around there too.
Thank you. And then you see people selling food around that same area, and you wonder why there is a major outbreak of cholera in the nation.
But don't you think there would be issues if states agreed to have their own ranch? We have some other tribes that might be living in each state, like Yoruba for the west, Igbos for the east and all. So we have some Hausas in Yoruba states, and they actually rear cows. Will they be allowed also, with the fear and the history around farmers and elders clash, will they be allowed also to bring their own cows to a ranch that exists in Lagos? These are the things that I think that the Senate should properly checkmate, as in they should properly dwell on, make sure that they get a viable solution to before they pass this bill. The bill is okay because if every state have their own ranches, it will help elders to even have comfort on how to rear their cows. You understand? How to rear their cows and all about that. Even it will give the states also another kind of idea on how to generate income, whatever the case might be. You don't have to go around taking your cows everywhere again. There will be production of whatever they might need. There will be rules that will govern each ranch. You understand? But the Senate also should look inward towards whatever could cause chaos or insecurity due to this bill, and then trash it from onset. Because if they pass it into bill, once this pass the third reading, it's as good as gone, because the president will assent his signature, whatever that, as long as it passed the third reading. You understand? So, but whatever might cause any kind of insecurity issues should be dealt with while they are reading it now. Because I still do not want to believe that even though this sounds like a good bill, it might turn out to be bloody later if people who live in a particular state does not want to cohabit with other tribes in their own state due to history that is already making the round. You understand? So I believe that the Senate can also think ahead, look for everything that could jeopardize their aim, the good aim they have for this, and then trash it before passing this into.
Well, concerning what you just said, one part of this bill seeks to return herders to their state of origin.
That's good.
And create ranches for
them. Better.
This bill seeks to create ranches, like I said at the beginning of the conversation, in each of every state of the federation.
Which means
so
that every time
if you are an Igbo man,
you go
that
back
rears cows,
you go to your state.
In your state there is a ranch for you to
go
take
there.
care of your cows in your state.
But
if you are a Yoruba man that rears cows, in your state there is a ranch for you to
do your business.
Look, it's just like farmers.
But wait.
Farmers, how many farmers do you see? Will you see a farmer leave his state and go to another state and just enter anybody's land?
No way.
And start cultivating?
No, it
doesn't happen. If you want to do that, you go there and you do the right thing, which is to meet whoever is there.
And buy
you purchase a land, and then you know that land belongs to you.
Of course.
So what this is aiming at, the genesis of this matter started with the issue of one of the senators in the House of Rep and Senator Godswill Akpabio, talking on this open grazing matter. You can't have, it is sad, and it is demoralizing, and it is very, very bad for a farmer to take his time to cultivate his farmland, take care of his crops, plants, take care of everything, and then overnight